Hello everybody, I'm Conquering History Games, and welcome back to part 2 of my Katerin Principality campaign here in Hearts of Iron 4 Equestria at War. Oh, with the music, there we go. So, I decided that I was going to go with the, oh shoot, no, it's communism. Never mind, oh shoot. I was going to say that I was going to go with the Sibyl Corrale, because it's like a mixture of, I thought it was fascism and harmony, and I thought that would be interesting. Because it just kind of like reflecting how she's crazy. It's gonna cost me political power, but we're gonna do it. I want to see what let's see what happens if they can in fact calmly control the city. We're gonna find out here pretty quick, I think. Yeah, I was told by one of the developers that Katerin, it has a really interesting development period, but it is hard because I'm not seeing anywhere in here where exactly we're supposed to be able to fight the fight off the Empire. You know, considering that we don't even have basic rifles. We're still using muskets in our army. So, not good, not good. Let's let some time go by. At least I'm getting a little bit over half of a point of political power a day. Okay, we had the coup attempt in Lake City. Didn't work out. Not really. Right, Einfurt in chaos. Uh-oh. When the orderly columns of the Silberkrall marched into Einfurt, many of its citizens saw them as divine saviors sent by Boreas himself. The Silberkrall is well known for its compassion and sympathy for the lower classes of Katerin. Their arrival gave the desperate populace of the city the glimmer of hope that they had desperately been seeking. The Talon was quick to officially relieve the beleaguered garrison of the city, who were immensely pleased that the city was now someone else's problem. A curfew was shortly enforced across the city, with the Knights of the Talon restoring order to the streets with efficiency, yet not without compassion. The Knights of the Talon have been understanding but firm, who sought to separate the diseased from the healthy and allow them to live out their final days in peace. The citizens of Einfurt were undoubtedly put at ease due to these efforts. There was a deeper meaning to them. The Silberkrall carries with it a secret objective. They seek to establish the exact cause behind the infection and the mysterious plague that Katerin has suffered for so long. The Knights have... Is that really a secret? They're trying to stop the plague. It's a, hey, don't tell anybody, but we're here trying to find out what caused it. What? The Knights have... That's just good... What the fuck? Anyway, sorry for cursing. The Knights have questioned every single sick griffin they have found with vigor, trying to find the root of the infection, and the route through which it first managed to arrive within the city. Time will tell what secrets they uncover. This is a little bit loud. Again, at least to my ears. We must find the root cause. Hey, banditry has been legalized, so we have to take this now. Expand the Katerin True. They are somewhat limited in power and influence, and if they are to be able to guide the nation more effectively, they must make sure to attract like-minded griffins to take a seat at their table. Letting go of power is not in a good politician's nature, of course, but if the power gained outweighs the one lost, then it would be foolish not to invite the more useful. Alright. Dilzia von Katzenberg has summoned the council before her. The tone of the meeting and the rapidness with which it happened implied she was having a lucid moment, which could bode both well and ill, something the council members all knew too well. As they entered, Dilzia met them seated in her throne, that skull of hers resting in her lap, and with a look of cooled calm on her face, which only made them even more nervous. "I have called you here to speak on the matter of the banditry that is plaguing our nation," she said regally. "Our armed forces are spread thin, and the longer we struggle with this, the weaker our grip becomes on the nation. I have therefore issued a decree effective from this day to solve the issue. As of today, the bandits plaguing our nation are drafted into the services of Katerin as tax collectors and soldiers. As long as they pay their dues to the crown, their activities can continue as they are, and our soldiers can be free for other more pressing matters." The chambers fell silent, with no one speaking up, for the Minister of Justice, whose eyes had been bulging out of his head, slowly keeled to the side, landing on the floor, with his eyes rolled into the back of his head. "Boreas! Arcturus! Anyone, help!" Replace Mad Princess Rain with True Madness. Okay, so let's see here. True madness, we're now losing half a political power point a day. Stability is -10, war supports -10, trade deal opinion factor -30%, improved relations opinion -75%. Well, good thing we're not trying to do that. Our mission. Katerin is a sick nation, plagued by ills of every kind, of every imaginable kind. Royal authority is faltering in the claws of a mad griffin. The peasants are becoming unrulier every day, whipped into a frenzy by radical preachers and revolutionaries. Even the knightly orders are beginning to grumble at the lack of true leadership. We, the Katerin Principality, solemnly pledge ourselves to this dear nation. We swear to reaffirm the rightful authority of the land, to uphold the eternal order that is the foundation of our civilization, and to purge all those who would sully it by treason, sedition, or revolution. We are Katerin's strength, and through our struggle the nation shall be reborn into what it was meant to be. So we've got some political power and population. Alright. 0.42 political power change a day. 42. No time to indulge in that. Despite the downpour that had raged most of the day, the streets of Katerinburg were filled with griffins today, all having been ordered out of their houses to wait by the train station to greet the arrival of none other than Grover V, Emperor of the Griffonian Empire. As the train pulled in, it was greeted by a giddy Dielesa von Katerinburg and a fervently cheering crowd, encouraged by armed police to express their suitable reverence for the Emperor. Yet, as it would turn out, Grover did not come out of the train, instead only appearing in the window, waving to the gathered griffins as Dielesa was invited inside by two armed knights. Inside the car, the princess was faced with a pale and worn Grover, who sat heavily in his seat, and invited her to sit down. Dielesa, who had worshipped the Emperor ever since he reclaimed the throne, and in her mind punished the revolutionaries, sat quietly down in front of him. They shared a brief semi-conversation, Dielesa being too busy listening in silence to Grover as he spoke to make much of a conversationalist. And after a few minutes, Grover told her he had to depart due to his health, but that he wished her well. After merely 5 minutes, the Emperor's state visit was over, and Dielesa was left standing at the station staring in silence after the departing train, too stunned to do much of anything, even as the staff quietly dispersed the crowd before she explode in rage at anyone. Let's get out of harm's way before she recovers. The situation improves. With the aid of the Silberkreil, Einfort has been able to stem the spread of the plague. Knowing that the job is far from completion, Grandmaster Hector Ardenson, leader of the Knights, requests for additional aid in order to combat the plague and eradicate it from this dying city. Sure. I want to know where this is going. I'm really curious. Actually, that's probably a bad idea, because I also want to see what's going to happen with her madness. Oh, that's the thing with Equestria at war. Every nation just... they got so many paths you can go down. Alright, so we're trying to get over here to the trades education as quickly as possible. Armed tax collectors, tax revenue, monthly population -7.5%, consumer good factories -50% for half of a year, pony power -2,500. The Griffins of Katerin are, to put it bluntly, destitute. Extracting tax revenues from them is akin to drawing blood from a stone. The solution to this, of course, is to smash the stone with a hammer. From this point onward, the royal tax collectors of Katerin will carry arms wherever they go in order to incentivize the proper payment of taxes by the populace. Finally free of the plague, after weeks of ceaseless work, the Silberkreil's efforts have borne fruit. Locking down Einfort and setting up impromptu hospitals to treat the sick and dying, they prevented the situation from escalating into chaos, and if only barely. Though the government refused to aid them, the Silberkreil gave it everything for the city. Volunteer knights walked into the most plague-ridden city blocks to stay with the people there, soothe their worries, and convince them to stay together, care for each other, and not spread the disease any further. Others lived in their gas mass for days, and yet others quickly isolated themselves when signs of the plague appeared. The plague is slowly receding, but the Silberkreil have paid for this victory with dozens of knights' lives, and they depart Einfort a diminished chapter. Yet even as they do so, there is no signs of bitterness or resentment among their ranks. Rather, instead, their knights have come out of it seemingly strengthened in their convictions, and the people are noticing this self-sacrifice as well. Whatever the Silberkreil have lost in knights, they have gained in the respect of the people. They are a breed apart, but thank the gods for them. Oh shoot, Harmony is pretty damn strong. It's actually only slightly weaker than me, but I think I'm going to try to stay fascist because I want to see where this madness is going to go. But if we go into the religious socialism, that could be interesting too. For all the talk of bringing order and stability, the Katerin Principality have found themselves hamstrung from the start. With each member of the council having great personal stake in the nation, a deadlock is formed regarding where to focus their efforts. None on the council will accept having their estates plundered by robbers because the soldiers were focused elsewhere. The projects that hopefully could revitalize Katerin are in deadlock as everyone wants a chance to place said projects in their own domains. All the while this is going on, the rest of Katerin are watching in silent disgust at the supposed proponents of law these supposed proponents of law and order bicker. That's probably supposed to say as. Fine bunch of saviors they are, losing political power, fascism, support, and stability. Okay, I guess we're on the communist harmony path. Alright, let's go. Plenty of other, I'm going to play some of these other nations too, so we have other ways to do like a monarchist thing. It probably makes the most sense, actually. You only have one member of the royal family left, and she's insane. Why wouldn't the forces of harmony get stronger from that? Pony power is going to go down and stability will go up as the enforcers of the Katerin True now patrol the countryside and the serfs have been reminded of the price of disobedience. A couple civil wars going on. The time has come to put them to work. Katerin is in shambles and reconstructing it is a daunting task. If we are ever to turn the Deadlands into profitable parcels of territory, then the serfs must be worked to the bone. Okay, do we have anything interesting here? We have limiting the bandits. Lowers war support but increases stability. So this can only be done when the Katerin True hold power. What happens? So we could reform things. Ah, you see, now that's making more sense. So you see, if you start to reform, if you fix things, then the harmonists and communists are going to lose power because people are going to say, well, look at how things are going. Might improve the stability. Can we get a silent work pony or a work griffin? Let's see, hero of the revolution, harmony. Okay, it looks like I don't see any communists here, so we're probably going to turn harmonic with communist influence or something like that. I think we'll keep saving up the political power for now. Even though I really want to go to partial mobilization. There's a few things I want to do. The Emperor has passed. This was the last thing we needed. That always happens. Okay. Government expenses for 14 days will increase war support and lose stability. It's only 2 weeks with... Oh, no. No. That's the permanent one. The government expenses will be the consumer good factories. While the Katerin Trio holds much sway over the laws of Katerin, it does not yet wield absolute power within the Principality. The occasional noble lord still complains about the situation within the Principality, with some even daring to write letters to the capital demanding action. With the new tax revenue, we can fix this. Also, I don't have that medicine that was helping me anymore. You know what, a military theorist might be a good idea, though. What do my templates look like now? Not that great. Yeah, let's get the theorist. I don't like land forts. The infantry division defense is cool, but I don't like land forts, so we're gonna do with August Kruger. That's something that shouldn't change no matter what kind of government I end up with. Okay, trades, education. The Katerin Trui has finally managed to wrench enough control away from the princess to make a proper, if limited, system of education, rather than the system that Deliza started. That is forcing griffins into a library to read books at random. An education system based around teaching young griffins valuable trades shall be adopted. This is by far the most popular action the Katerin Trui has ever taken. Okay, so we got the three-way civil war going on over here. United Communes versus Kingdom of Wingbardy war going on over here. And the Fur Tree Villages is about to defeat the Magocracy. Sorry, Shinespark. We're not creating any of that. Okay, what I need is support equipment. Wow, what are we gonna do? Infrastructure, yes, because I'm building some right now, so that will take away one I would need to work on. Okay. What did I finish doing? Oh, right, yeah, because I have the extra slot. Might go for enchanted machines. Because there's not a whole lot else we could do anyway. Right, enchanted machines it is. Or, well, first tools. But the construction speed's useful. Construction is complete. So. There we go. We're gonna max out our army and then we'll start training them in a bit too. 2 units of night chapters. Okay, so the all too expected outcome. The news of the princess's brilliant solution spread across Katerin like wildfire. Maybe apologists could have said it was an attempt at diplomacy and to build unity, or that she was the princess, so surely she knew best. But the bandits disproved the notion rapidly. As the soldiers, by royal decree, retreated from their bandit hunting missions, the various bandit groups used the opportunity well, launching a campaign of terror and theft across most of Katerin. Villages now burn in the night, and hundreds, if not thousands, have seen the open invitation of the princess's declaration and taken to banditry as well. Whatever headway done thus far is gone, and the bandit issue is worse than ever before. Months of effort wasted, and I took really infrastructure damage now. Quite annoying. Well, at least we got that railroad increasing the infrastructure. Well, now what's this? Linger Mill. This will give me an event of some kind. Sure. As the capital now possesses a functioning rail line. Rail lines. See, that's another. It's the early access, so they haven't gone They have not gone over all the grammar yet. The prospect of linking Linger Mill with the capital is now possible. A direct connection between Katerinburg and Endorstadt, which is over here in the southeast, would cut down on many weeks of travel through treacherous countryside. Some may consider the working conditions needed to establish said rail connection to be dangerous. Yeah, but what? What was it going to end with? To be dangerous. Such ideas are of no concern to Daizela. Right. What are we wanting to do? Use the increase Pinod conscription. We can get some more steel here, but also another civilian factory. What's going on over here? Let's infiltrate the orders so we can get that political power gain. The knightly orders of Katerin have never been very comfortable with the reign of the princess and the Katerin True. Many of the government fear that they may be plotting to overthrow them to ensure that such an attempt would be discovered before it can be carried out. Several agents of the Katerin True started to infiltrate the orders, hoping to subvert their power by any means necessary. So much going on in this country. Connected at last! Linger Mill in the furthest corner of Katerin has been isolated even compared to the rest of the nation. Only the Silberkreilin have historically shown much interest in the region, even placing their chapter house there to better guard the southern flank of Katerin. Yet, not even Linger Mill has escaped the changes in the nation as of late. The new road that has been built from Katerinburg to Endorstadt has opened up the region for development, and already prospectors and surveyors have been coming to the area. Grand Master Hector Ardenson sat by the new bridge watching the griffins that were arriving in greater and greater numbers with every passing day. It should be a cause for celebration, certainly, but considering the state of Katerinburg, he couldn't help but worry. This road had robbed the locals of the distance they had had to Katerinburg. Now that was torn away from them, it opened them up to the iron claw of tyranny. Staying trapped in the past was no way to live. Right now, he could only worry over what he could only see as a danger to many of the griffins of this region. Griffins he had come to see as kin. Must progress come with such tyranny? Kind of reminds me of the Wheel of Time. This is not major spoilers, but it's like the little village where the original story first starts at is technically part of a larger company. So you could say it's like Enderstadt down here, or Limbermill to be specific. Where it's, yeah, they're technically part of that larger company, but that country, but nobody's even seen a representative from that country in generations, because it's just this isolated little farming community. Okay, oh, more political power gain, cool. The Katerin Principality. Hold on a second, before I forget. Oh, really? Let's try that. Okay, now, where were we? Yeah, so as the infiltration of the Knightly Orders continues into its next phase, several of our agents have found themselves in line to be promoted to the position of Yogriff. If promoted, they would be in a much better position to report in on the activities of the guild. Needless to say, supporting these agents should be a priority in the coming weeks, so we're going to lose stability. Actually, no, the stability is going to even out, but we're going to lose harmony and gain political power. Where is this all headed? Why can't I research these things? Oh yeah, because still have to wait for this. Well, this is 95. This is going to be done in 10 days, so we'll just wait for that research slot since it can fill up. No rush at all. Is this working or what? It's like the socialists won in longsword. That's pretty standard. Okay, now we're gonna go for the even better ones, and we can come over here. Actually, or yeah, we do want that. Okay, we have an investigation thing. I don't know what that does. This would hurt fascism. Peasants. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna have to choose what my nation is until I come down here. Let's see, investigate the Knights. Thanks to the efforts of our agents within the Knightly Orders, we have gathered enough evidence of their crimes to start a public inquiry on their transgressions against Katerin and its citizens. As long as the trial goes well, the last opponents of the Katerin Principality will be permanently crippled. We'll see. This is probably going to give me some other events that have to do with modifying the popularity. Oh, never mind. Looks like I only have one choice. So, the investigation. By order of Her Highness, Diela von Katerinburg, the Knightly Orders of the Silberkrallen and the Argentum Dämmerung stand accused of working against the Crown. Their chapter houses in Katerinburg have been closed down and the Knights arrested, with all loyal citizens of Katerin being ordered to assist the Crown as it investigates these claims. Despite the urging of her advisors and the Katerin Principality, the princess was utterly unwilling to show any consideration for the sensitive political situation and was brute forced the issue. As it turned out, though, whatever she hoped to achieve has not come to pass. Instead, most of East Katerin has rather rallied to the Knightly Order's side. With little royal authority remaining in both Strassmark and Lingerbill, the knights are all that the people there have to rely on, and they are sticking by their savior's side. And so the situation escalates. Harmony and non-aligned are increased, we're losing stability, we're losing political power. This will give me a knight division, sure. Come on, as soon as I deploy this thing, I'm going to get them all training too, so I can get more army experience. Even though it's probably going to really chew up my, equipment and stuff. Oh. This is interesting. Socialist River Republic. A lot of civil wars going on. I think the Griffin Liberation Army has this under control, though, although they are also being attacked by Lushi. Cool, the Rough Diamonds chapter is done. That brings us up to 3 knights. I don't know what the embargo does. Test for the knights, what? How about we... Oh, get some quick stability and stuff. The Enforcers. Katerin is in a state of nigh anarchy in some areas, and the Katerin True need more than just militias and sheriffs to restore order. Carefully selected agents loyal to the council and shying no means to carry out their commands will be how Katerin is reborn, and the Katerin True will make sure no one asks uncomfortable questions. Well, before I forget, switch that out. Alright. The Silber Kralin and the Argentum Dummerung have decided to meet at one of the former's local chapter houses, a large two-story house that had been converted to a hospital for the locals. It had taken some time after the Argentum Dummerung's arrival for the Grandmaster of the... Okay, I'm just going to call these guys the SBK. The Grandmaster of the SBK to appear, though. Yet, when one of the Argentum Dummerung knights had left the room where they stayed to drag the SBK's leader to the meeting, he had found Hector Ardenson in the middle of surgery, and been coolly informed that if he entered the disinfected area, Hector would not hesitate to slay him on the spot. After an hour, as Hector entered the meeting room, he bowed his head to Eric Grimclaw, his ilk among the Argentum Dummerung. His ilk, or his like? Or, I don't know. Master Grimclaw, it is good to see you again. Also, my apologies for the threat leveled against your subordinate. Normally, I would demand satisfaction, but there are greater issues to deal with right now. I will not beat around the bush. That mad griff in Katerinburg and her sycophants will be the death of us. You know this, do you not? He asked, Hector sighing in response. I know. Just one more of the countless ills plaguing this nation, and this one there is no balm for. I believe I know what you are imagining, but I would like to hear it from you all the same. I am not fond of you, nor are you fond of me. Your knights consider mine bloody, thirsty barbarians, and we consider you naive and weak-willed. But Katerin needs all the champions it can get. Grandmaster Ardenson, I, Eric Grimclaw of the Argentum Dummerung, offer to stand by you as an ally and as a brother. For Katerin, I will be the sword, and you will be the shield. Let our differences strengthen us in this struggle ahead. Grandmaster Grimclaw, I, Hector Ardenson of the Silber Kralin, accept your offer. Let your knights undo the villains who would threaten the people, and let mine bring solace to the suffering. The two Grandmasters shook claws, knowing well that their foremost duty was not to pride, but to Katerin. United we stand, divided we fall. So we have harmony and then online. So basically, fascism is growing increasingly unpopular. Right now, harmony is a lead. Okay. But I think I have not taken some of the events that are going to lower the popularity of some of these other things. So for example, wait a minute. Bandits in line, gang bosses. I'm not sure how much just one civilian factory is actually going to help me, because there's also consumer good factories to consider. This is no good. This is no good. Oh, she's going to get deposed no matter what. I just noticed that. Okay. Oh, cool. That means I'm not going to miss any fun events. Although I am wondering where exactly I'm headed in terms of political alignment. Alright, let's do some of these less extravagant things so we can have more events later. Although we've been tolerant of the excesses that our bandit allies are prone to take, the time has come to make it clear that their loyalty and competence is the only thing keeping them alive. Any bandit too ineffective or disloyal, will be removed from the Principality permanently. Cool, so we're finally done with the engineers, so later on we can put those into our units, into the templates. Probably only have time to read one more event whenever it pops up. See, now we're not getting anything for a bit. What is that I hear? Oh, that's right, it's Thursday. The frickin' leaf blower guy. Plaguing me for years, as many of you know. Though the bandits are running rampant, their actions being legalized have left them left prone. Okay, the commies won the Wingbard Civil War, has left them less prone to running away, and our loyal enforcers might just have the opening they need to clasp the fetters of servitude around their necks. It's not going to be popular with neither the bandits nor the populace, but it will be made clear they have no choice in the matter. So skilled and cutthroat bandits will be levied into protecting their fatherland. Will give me some political power. Alright, the Empire dissolves. This is a great moment to end it on. The news out of Griffinheim was yet another blow to the reeling Principality. The power struggle in the capital had ended, and Archon Euros the 7th was now the head of the Regency Council. By the way, there is a new tree here. Or wait a minute. Ooh, I like this new art. But I think there are some differences now. I think there is a third path you can take besides the Archon or the Duchess. Oh, there's a lot of new art here. Oh yeah, very nice. But they're going with the Archon, which is pretty traditional. And that's fine. That way we can compare differences on how we play. This had apparently caused an uproar, with half of the vassals seceding from the Empire. Imperial authority was slowly falling apart, and whether Katerin liked it or not, it had quickly become clear to the Katerin Council that they can no longer rely on the Empire. In silent discussion, the issue of telling Princess Dailza was soon raised. Her authority was still absolute after all, and a servant soon headed for the princess's quarters to inform her. 10 minutes later, as the servant's body was hanging from the gallows outside the palace for the crime of displeasing the princess, the news was already spreading among the people as well, leaving the already suffering people to fall even deeper into despair. Those few who had hoped that someday, at some point, the emperor could have intervened against their mad ruler were forced to face the bleak truth. No one was coming to save them now. Katerin is lost within the storm of the new age. So -1 pony power. Love that attention to detail. Okay, so we need to get ready. The Empire they're going to have a lot of divisions coming this way. Alright, so that's it for today. In the next episode, we're going to keep going through this tree. I can't believe I thought this tree was small at first. There's a lot happening. And we're still only in the first year of gameplay. It also looks like these two, the County of Bronze Hill, as well as the Yale Rectorate, both stayed with the Griffonian Empire, so that's going to be a problem. Because they're probably each, well, not so much Bronze Hill, but Yale is probably at least as strong as I am. There are difficult days ahead of us. I'll see you then. I'm Conquering History Games, and have a great day. Bye.